Morning doves, noon crows, and night owls. Hello all of you. I am to be welcome, and so are you. Today is Monday, 12:53 a.m. June 22nd, 2026. This is Island 3, Snowville, Cholera. This area is going to be a light plane POV. And this one is relatively going to be a pretty short one, because we're only surveying this perimeter of this portion. We're not going any further than that. Without much further to bring up or mention, I hope you guys enjoy. This is more or less just a sit, relax, most like the other videos. This one you just simply listen to music. In this one you can do whatever you want and just watch this or listen to what I have to say. Not much has happened. I did visit to see my little kitten Ray, little guy Ray, to see how he's doing. I think it's pretty neat how he and I have our own way of conversating. I just give him some pats on the back and he purrs and he brushes beside me, and we don't really need to talk while we do. It's just nice to somewhat to showcase our emotions to ourselves, showing our own familiarity as a family. Well, that's pretty cool. Look at the lights off of these things. Automatic. But yeah, I hung out with this little guy for a little bit. And he is kind of a symbol of hope, for me at least, in the moments that are tough and hard to deal with. It saddens me to see that I have moved away from that little guy and I'm unable to be around him or have him sleep beside me like when I used to live with my parents. Usually when I come visit my parents' places, it's to see this boy, see how he's doing. I've heard from my parents that they've let him off in the backyard to explore, so that's nice to hear. It feels a lot like me in a sense, because that's what I used to do. I used to do just like what Ray's doing. I would just go off in the backyard and explore around the little woods that's left in the back. And then when I have my name get called out just like Ray, then I go back in the house. Thing about Ray, my good little friend, is he's got Alice and Lucy. He's got them to entertain him and have him show some of his personality around them. His troublesome personality, his troublemaker personality. Kind of makes me wish I had that happen. I mean, I did, but they weren't around for as long as they did. They usually moved away. the friends that I had made. But here we are in Snowville, Cholera, the place that sprung an oil leak and, like Chernobyl, left this entire place vacated and desolated from everything. There is just barely any sign of life. And then there's a mansion right here, a little white mansion here for people who actually wants to take a resort in a post-apocalyptic area. Well, unless there's an abandoned island for adventure goers, onlookers, then there's a chance for a place to stay at. But likelihood is the pricing of this house could be more cheaper than most mansions due to the life you're putting your life at risk, because there's a very poisonous chemical spillage leak around the city and a little bit of some cholera going on in this place. So it's you're putting your life at stake when you decide to be here and live in the mansion. There's probably lots of radiation. Signs of radiation are very high over here. Yep, I'm usually here. I'm always active in these solo places by myself. There's just barely any chance of any company to be around. Oh, I see that. Oh! That did not go as I had hoped. We're gonna get a little experimental here, my friends. I just wanted to see if I could nail this fly in through this area, if it was possible. It wasn't too easy, but we could pull it off. Watch this. Bam. I'm gonna try again. Might not be a good idea, but it's something I wanted to see. Imagine that, flying a plane through a mountain. Very dangerous, very stupid, but also very cool. Oh, world destruction. Oh. I can't pull this off. No matter how many times I try to. I guess it can't work out. Ah, well. Darn it. It's really being a little troublesome. But patience is a virtue, my friend. I did spend like the majority of the day prior playing an N64 game that I got. It's really fun. It was a motorcycle racing game. And I climbed the ranks up and got like new motorcycles with each run. The problem was I didn't have a game pack, so when I lost, then the game does restart everything. So that's kind of how old school it is. There's no save slots unless you bought like a game pack. If you wanted to save your game, you'd have to get a game pack in order to store your items, store your data. Now everything's more optimized, and you don't have to do that. But I played that for the whole portion of my day, and then I played another game with some friends that I had come over to my place, which was nice. Like, I enjoyed the activity. I like that both the triplets of us were just experiencing this very, very time-stretching experience in this very much backdoors concept game. Liminal spaces, it's a really, I like it. I'm a fan of that kind of thing. Those are my fun things for modern games. Liminal space concept games. It's a touch of like making you question your mind as to what's going on, what's around you. In the moment, I was so tired. We were stuck in this one level. It was hard to like get around because there's so much to search, so many areas that didn't really lead up to where we were supposed to go. But in the moment, yeah, that was what I felt in the moment. But towards the next day or the end, I really felt glad that we spent it to do that. We all got bored together. It wasn't just one person bored. And that's what I enjoy. It's just the extra company of people to experience something. Rather than when I was little, playing old N64 games in my room by myself, where there was nobody really around. What's really crazy too is how I played this game. My second account actually is still here in this game. It was created in 2009, just about 17 years ago, and it's still standing. I made the smart decision when I was little to friend request this account and have it accept my friend request, and so I could actually look at it from time to time and just get a glimpse of what he looked like, what this character looked like. It's a very nice touch of nostalgia. The concept of this world is always awesome to me because it's just you see all these wide spaces, and the only part that I really wish I could have seen was players, like actual additional players to actually fly around this map with me. It's just me by myself. That's the forbidden treasure of this world. It can get pretty lonely. And I think it would be interesting if my cousin L1 were to actually get to see this side of me that I rarely ever show anybody around her family members, including herself. Just the concept of this world is very, very expanded, very convoluted in some ways. But it all narrows down to mostly discovery and changing the process from nostalgia to like actually implementing my own creativity into these worlds. My actual own creativity is being implemented here, with the credit of other models that have been inserted into this world. This is what my younger self would have been so excited to share. All of my cousins and my friends, few of that I had, but mostly family. I would have enjoyed showing this to my family members. Just this idea of this world. But here I am, my present self, just trudging here alone. I believe I've reached the the limitation of this little video. Now I'm going to fly to the entrance to the next island, and I am sending myself on my way. This was a brief little video just to point out and show you this separate island that basically is the most darkest out of the rest. There's a dark theme to this world, and that's what this place is. That's what Snowville, Cholera presents for you. A little trouble landing. I'm pressing the wrong keys. I'm using the arrow keys instead of the WASD. It's funny. It's like I shifted into my younger self, my smaller little self when I did that. Just my old instincts kicking in. Oh, that's very awesome. Now I have to deal with this. Now we all have to deal with this. And I have to be the embarrassment that's doing this. There we go. Now we're gonna try again. We're going to try this again. This was a relatively quieter video. I mostly am pretty talkative, but this one I just felt like just giving a small little tour vid. That's pretty annoying that this thing is being a little incompliant. I'm gonna blame this pilot, my character. This guy can't fly anything. That's troublesome. Well, that's just real troublesome, this thing is being. So this is what I'm dealing with today. It's time to use a little bit of your IQ. There you go. Let's see if I still got it. This might work. Wow. This is going to be a pathetic 3 minutes. Me just trying to manage this plane like a total amateur. Well, I'm sorry for this. And just bear with me for a little bit. I'm trying to drag us out of this embarrassing situation. This'll do it. This should fix the problem. Alright, let's try again, my friends. Let's try again. We'll get to we'll catch this. No problemo. At least I hope it will. Ah, no, here we go again. There, that's more like it. Hopefully this will work. I absolutely despise this little freeway right now. This is getting mildly infuriating. There we go. Oh man, wow, that's some deductible points taken off of my brain. My IQ just got deducted just from seeing that. This is... Wow, this is just... my apologies. That was just a very poor job. That was a poor job on my end. Well, with each mistake that I make, there's always something to learn from it. Isn't that right, little pilot? Well, that's all I got. Cretans or non-Cretans, if not any of those, the socially excluded, don't sound the siren. To Be Welcome is signing out.